he has disclosed that there was a political understanding between Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia and K. Kavita. She also met Vijay Nair. This is what Hussain is saying in his statement. Remember, this is a very crucial piece of information that is now coming in, because the connection between K. Kavita and former Deputy CM Manish Sisodia has now been brought to the fore in the argument that's being presented by the Enforcement Directorate at the court. In fact, let me also quickly hop over to Arunima, who continues to stay live with us. Arunima, this is the breaking input that we are bringing to you. Now, K. Kavita's ex-auditor's statement is also being read, and this is that main establishing point which goes on to talk about the connection between Sisodia and K. Kavita.
Yes, and that Arjun Pillai, who's already in ED's custody, will be confronted, is what we hear from ED officials. K. Kavita has been summoned for questioning to be confronted with what this businessman, who was allegedly a front for K. Kavita, was, what he had to say. And, now what is being told to the court is that there was direct linkages between K. Kavita and Manish Sisodia as well. And I'm just reading out the ED charge sheet as I'm speaking to you, where very clearly it is mentioned that K. Kavita, in fact, came back to Delhi after the excise policy was scrapped. A decision was taken, if you recall, to scrap the excise policy, post which ED claims there was a meeting at a South Delhi hotel where K. Kavita was present. And here the discussion point was, how will the crores and of rupees that have gone as kickbacks, as advance kickback, how will that be routed back? So that was also a discussion. And all of this ED has learned, it claims, after questioning many of the suspects in this matter. So that's what they're telling the court at the moment. Just reading out what Ananya Bhatnagar has sent us about the linkages between Manish Sisodia and K. Kavita. He wanted to show how he can influence. This is about Buchi Babu, ex-auditor of K. Kavita. He wanted to show how he can influence the policy. He was acting on behalf of Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister. So Deputy Chief Minister here being Manish Sisodia. Buchi Babu, who was associated with K. Kavita allegedly, telling the South Group or the other accused here that he wields influence over Sisodia and Kejriwal, and that he had the good office of K. Kavita as well. ED alleges direct link between the two, coming at a time when K. Kavita has been summoned for questioning. This is crucial.
Absolutely. And interestingly, Buchi Babu's statement also mentions the current Delhi Chief Minister.
Yes, and also what is now being said, excerpts of the GOM even before being released were with Buchi Babu. So that's what I said, that the South Group, members of the South Group were in that Delhi hotel. The charge is that they were printing this document. This document which was presented to the GOM was being printed at the business center of a Delhi hotel, and that is what ED is saying, that parts of that report or that note that was given to GOM was before the ministers had it. It was available with Buchi Babu, and that shows that he had direct access to Manish Sisodia and direct access to Delhi Chief Minister. That's a charge ED is making.
And that's a very strong charge. In fact, let me quickly go across to Anshul, who's stationed outside the Enforcement Directorate office. Anshul, excerpts of the GOM, even before being released, were with Buchi Babu. This is what the Enforcement Directorate is telling the court. What sort of implications will this now have for Manish Sisodia, considering it's only becoming a very, very concrete and solid argument for the ED now?
Well, this argument actually further strengthens the Enforcement Directorate arguments that there was connivance between the South Lobby and Manish Sisodia before even the entire policy was made, because the details of the GOM were found with Buchi Babu, who is said to be a close aide of K. Kavita. So yes, the details and the nitty-gritties of the minute-to-minute of the meeting was in fact been given to the South Lobby. For what reason? Because they, legally speaking or constitutionally speaking, they have no locus standi when this entire policy was being formed. So what was the reason? And that they were given all these details well in advance. So this is something that the ED has already
check. Hello,
if I could bring in Arunima on this, we seem to be having some audio glitches with Anshul's audio over there. Arunima, further, the ED is, of course, reading now Dinesh Arora's statement. This is what the ED is saying, that Arora was coordinating the kickbacks. He got a call from Sanjay Singh that he shall seek funds from various restaurants as elections were coming. This is what the ED is reading out on the statement as far as Dinesh Arora is concerned. Sisodia visited Arora's restaurant courtyard and Chika several times. This is the restaurant courtyard that the ED is referring to.
Yes, Enforcement Directorate has alleged that Dinesh Arora is a key player in this entire alleged conspiracy. Dinesh Arora was with Vijay Nair in the meetings that happened with the South Group. He was the one who was contacted by Abhishek Bonapalli, one of those alleged conspirators on behalf of the South Group. Abhishek Bonapalli and Vijay Nair, the bridge between the two was Dinesh Arora. Abhishek used to call Dinesh Arora and give him the currency note numbers of the bribe that was being routed to Vijay Nair, give him the phone number of the Hawala operator, and Dinesh Arora would then forward them to Vijay Nair. That's the charge. And why is Vijay Nair so important? The ED said that in his statement, the address that Vijay Nair has given is camp office of one of the minister. The minister himself used to live in a private accommodation in the southwest Delhi, whereas his official accommodation was being used by Vijay Nair. So that's the kind of picture that the ED paints, how close Vijay Nair was. And Dinesh Arora, I've already told you, his turn an approver. So both the CPI and the ED are quite upbeat that the missing links in this chain of criminal conspiracy could be filled in by Arora's statement, which can then be presented to the other accused, in this case Mr. Sisodia. He could be confronted with what Dinesh Arora is saying, and more evidence could be gathered. That's what ED and CBI
And in fact, Arunima, if I may share an observation.